Hello and welcome to Better Body Movement. This class is designed to walk you through some of the most commonly corrupted movement patterns and help you to fix those in order to start feeling well throughout the day. So what we'll do is we're going to start with some self-myofascial release or self-massage in order to loosen the tight muscles in your body. Then we're going to get into a workout routine that actually will teach you how to completely change the way that you move in order to feel well. I'm excited that you've joined us. Please like this video or subscribe to the channel. If you subscribe, you're going to get notifications of when we do go live, as well as any new videos that we post. So you do those right now, that way we make sure we have them done. We'll see you in a little bit. The calf is predominantly made up of two different muscles, the soleus, which lies deep to the gastrocnemius. As you can see here, both muscles connect to the Achilles tendon that pulls on the back of the heel. The gastrocnemius also has two different heads that pass the knee joint to the back of the femur. The gastrocnemius and soleus both work to create plantar flexion, whereas the gastrocnemius also assists with knee flexion. Start sitting on the floor using a foam roller. Begin by placing your calves on the foam roller. Using the weight of your legs, flex and point the foot to create a better release. As you work up the calf, roll the knee outward and inward to get more of the lateral and medial gastrocnemius heads. Continue to work through that tissue for 7 to 10 repetitions on each part of the calf that is tender. Next, use the massage stick. To make sure the calf is loose, use a step stool to lift the foot and allow the muscle to relax. Start near the bottom of the soleus and pull towards the top of the gastrocnemius. When you find a tender spot or a knot, stop the massage stick where it is and create pressure into that spot, creating a jostling motion without rolling the massage stick up and down. Make sure you breathe and relax the muscle tissue. Continue the same process all throughout the soleus and gastrocnemius, even the side of the lower leg, until you feel you've gotten all of the tender spots. Be sure to use firm pressure as you roll the tissue. The muscles running most deep to the soleus are the Tibialis posterior and the Flexor Digitorum longus. The Tibialis posterior is responsible for inversion of the foot. The Flexor Digitorum longus runs all the way to the tip of the toes, creating flexion of the four toes and assists with plantar flexion of the ankle. From those illustrations, you can see how the muscles in the lower leg control the toes. To work the Tibialis posterior and the Flexor Digitorum longus, we are going to need a lacrosse ball and a chair. With your leg on a hard chair and the foot over the edge, place a lacrosse ball in between the gastrocnemius muscles and press down into the tissue. Work the medial and lateral portions the same way you work the tissue of the Tibialis posterior. Press into the ball and pull your foot up while we breathe in. After a full contraction up, drop the foot and relax your breath. Work your way to the medial portions, continuing to breathe during the contract and relax sequence for 7 to 10 repetitions. Then move out to the lateral portions for 7 to 10 repetitions. The calf is predominantly made up of two different muscles, the soleus, which lies deep to the gastrocnemius. As you can see here, both muscles connect the Achilles tendon that pulls on the back of the heel. The gastrocnemius also has two different heads that pass the knee joint to the back of the femur. The gastrocnemius and soleus both work to create plantar flexion, whereas the gastrocnemius also assists with knee flexion. Start sitting on the floor using a foam roller. Begin by placing your calves on the foam roller. Using the weight of your legs, flex and point the foot to create a better release. As you work up the calf, roll the knee outward and inward to get more of the lateral and medial gastrocnemius heads. Continue to work through that tissue for 7 to 10 repetitions on each part of the calf that is tender. Next, use the massage stick. To make sure the calf is loose, use a step stool to lift the foot and allow the muscle to relax. Start near the bottom of the soleus and pull towards the top of the gastrocnemius. When you find a tender spot or a knot, stop the massage stick where it is and create pressure into that spot, creating a jostling motion without rolling the massage stick up and down. Make sure you breathe and relax the muscle tissue. Continue the same process all throughout the soleus and gastrocnemius, even the side of the lower leg, until you feel you've gotten all of the tender spots. Be sure to use firm pressure as you roll the tissue. The muscles running most deep to the soleus are the tibialis posterior and the flexor digitorum longus. The tibialis posterior is responsible for inversion of the foot. The flexor digitorum longus runs all the way to the tip of the toes, creating flexion of the four toes and assists with plantar flexion of the ankle. From those illustrations, you can see how the muscles in the lower leg control the toes. To work the tibialis posterior and the flexor digitorum longus, we are going to need a lacrosse ball and a chair. With your leg on a hard chair and the foot over the edge, place a lacrosse ball in between the gastrocnemius muscles and press down into the tissue. Work the medial and lateral portions the same way you work the tissue of the tibialis posterior. Press into the ball and pull your foot up while you breathe in. After a full contraction up, drop the foot and relax your breath. Work your way to the medial portions, continuing to breathe during the contract and relax sequence for 7 to 10 repetitions. Then, move out to the lateral portions for 7 to 10 repetitions. The calf is predominantly made up of two different muscles, the soleus, which lies deep to the gastrocnemius. As you can see here, both muscles connect the Achilles tendon that pulls on the back of the heel. The gastrocnemius also has two different heads that pass the knee joint to the back of the femur. The gastrocnemius and soleus both work to create plantar flexion, whereas the gastrocnemius also assists with knee flexion. Start sitting on the floor using a foam roller. Begin by placing your calves on the foam roller. Using the weight of your legs, flex and point the foot to create a better release. As you work up the calf, roll the knee outward and inward to get more of the lateral and medial gastrocnemius heads. Continue to work through that tissue for 7 to 10 repetitions on each part of the calf that is tender. Next, use the massage stick. To make sure the calf is loose, use a step stool to lift the foot and allow the muscle to relax. Start near the bottom of the soleus and pull towards the top of the gastrocnemius. When you find a tender spot or a knot, stop the massage stick where it is and create pressure into that spot, creating a jostling motion without rolling the massage stick up and down. Make sure you breathe and relax the muscle tissue. Continue the same process all throughout the soleus and gastrocnemius, even the side of the lower leg, until you feel you've gotten all of the tender spots. Be sure to use firm pressure as you roll the tissue. The muscles running most deep to the soleus are the tibialis posterior and the flexor digitorum longus. The tibialis posterior is responsible for inversion of the foot. The flexor digitorum longus runs all the way to the tip of the toes.
Yeah, there's one on the leg that...
All right, good morning, ladies. We are ready to go. Awesome, fun-filled leg day. Scheduled in. Update on Sky. So yesterday, Speed had donated to try to get to the number that they needed was 5 for the bone marrow transplant. He actually was able to give like 8.1. So apparently exceeded expectations as far as the transplant, what they were able to harvest from him. So that's really good news for Sky. And then they were able to get home early. And then the actual transplant process is going to start the week of the 15th. So they're going to give more updates on Sky as she goes through that process. So I'll keep you up to date as much as I possibly can on that. Our verse of the day. What then shall we say to these things? If God is for us, who can be against us? Romans 8:31, and there is so much power in that statement. What on earth could possibly matter more than God in what the way that He sees us? Good way to filter our actions and how we treat people, I think. All right, let's go ahead and jump into this workout so we can get our leg day going here. Remember, as well as could. Gail, thank you for letting us know. So Peggy had a mastectomy, and it looks like they got everything as well as they could. So we appreciate the update, Gail. We love that. Let's see. I got to hit the play button. There we go. All right. So remember, as we go through this workout, because we're working on the butt and the legs, we want to be squeezing the butt cheeks extra tight, like we're trying to make one of these pennies, right? Flatten that thing out to nothing. Right, Marcia?
Warm up.
Good. That's what I like to hear. Even if it's a halfway agreement, I'll consider it agreement. Good morning, Carol, Chris, Clara, Gail. Love to see you ladies online, ready to work here. Remember, as we go, if you guys have questions, especially through rounds 1 and 2, we'll have a little bit of time in between rounds to answer any questions that you guys might have. So if it's exercise specific, fantastic. Anything else, let me know. I did found out that I have the ability on our Zoom communication to allow you the ability to talk. So if you have a microphone on your thing, I don't think a camera will turn on, but you could even just ask the question out loud. So there's that too. I don't know. When I find new buttons, I like to push them. So if anyone cares to try, we could do that. All right, good. Internal, external rotations. Make sure those shoulders go with it. Remember, we don't want those shoulders stuck in position and just rotating the hands, right? You want to actually pull the shoulders all the way back, right? I make those stripes disappear on my arm, right? Pull them way back, go forward. That's the rotation we're looking for. Okay, good. Nice march. Let's get those legs moving. Carol's surgery tomorrow. Yes, you should, Carol. We want those muscles active, primed, ready to go. The muscle tissue then is going to be demanding blood flow. I think it would be absolutely fantastic. Remember, really, really big focus today, especially on the VMOs for you, because as you prep for a knee surgery, you want that muscle to know exactly what it feels like to contract through knee extension. So I want you to get after that just as much as you possibly can. And then I would also get started right away on lymphatic drainage, even if you're not worried about it, but I would even do that before the surgery as you're getting prepped. Just start that lymphatic flow and see if you can get that pumping. And all that is just like grabbing around kind of underneath the knee and just start pulling up the leg as much as you can this way. But I mean, obviously, if your hands are really small, they might not fully clasp the leg. So just grab what you can all the way under, sides, and on top, and just start that process of lymphatic flow. Would be awesome. Okay. And then you are all set up with Tim, right? You're good to go. Or did they not tell you anything about PT starting afterwards? Yes! Love when PT's already set up. Good head flexor stretch. Remember, back leg nice and straight. Compress the core to kind of tuck your butt underneath you. As you do this, we want to really open up the front of that hip and create a nice stretch there, okay? Good. Squeeze on the butt cheeks.
3, 2, 1. Get ready to squat.
All right, get ready for the squats. And remember, as we do squats, we want to be ripping that floor apart just as much as you possibly can.
3,
as you sit down,
2,
compress
1.
the core.
Squat.
Right? So again, anytime we do this, we don't want to be, arching our back and sticking our butt way out, but we also don't want to go down and be rounding our back, right? So it's get the shoulders tight, core compressed, then go through your movement. That will control your spine
That's halfway.
and provide you with the stability you need in order to make the movement happen the appropriate way, okay? Very good, ladies. Tight squeeze, firm core compression.
3, 2, 1.
Rest.
Transition to single leg step down.
Awesome. Okay, single leg work. Remember, you can do single leg step downs. You can do RDLs or
3,
lunges.
2,
Okay,
1.
any one that you want.
Single leg step down.
And 2, you could also pick multiple each round. If you want to switch halfway through, you could do that. So do step downs on your left until the halfway point, then switch legs. And then once you get done with those, maybe we go into lunges for the next segment, right? Until the halfway and switch. So
That's halfway.
do what works for you or what you need. Maybe something just got out of the way. It's pretty bad. I realized I walk through the house now, and it's not the stairs
3,
creaking, it's my
2, 1. Switch
I don't know what that
sides.
says, but yeah, a little bit more like the Rice Krispies in there. Yeah, there you go. Just watch your shoulder there.
3, 2,
Thanks.
1.
Should we catch that?
Single leg step down.
Okay, again, good control. What's our focus today? butt and belly especially, right? Those two are working kind of in tandem, right, to get us out of kind of an anterior tilt,
That's
to
halfway.
pull us underneath, and that's what keeps us in that nice alignment through our low back and lumbar spine. Right? Then we get those two right, we can start focusing on the shoulder blades, but for sure, butt pinching as tight as you possibly can.
3,
Core
2,
is compressed.
1. Transition to good morning.
Awesome. Here we go. Good mornings. Remember, this is a horizontal movement of the hips. I'm trying to get the wall behind me. So if this is my wall, right, I'm trying to reach my
3,
butt back,
2,
touch
1.
that wall,
Good
and then
morning.
stand up. So you can see how far of a distance my hips can travel when I'm doing this. So instead of thinking I'm taking my head or reaching for the ground and I'm on my toes, I want to push my butt way back, right, sink into that. And you should feel this. Lengthen that
That's
hamstring
halfway.
really tight, and then use that hamstring and your butt to stand up through it, okay? Nice tight squeeze. Just as hard as you can. Compress, compress, compress.
3, 2, 1. Transition to monster walk.
Awesome. Monster walks. You throw that band around the knees. Remember, if your knees cave in at all, I want you to put the band on your knees. Don't do the ankles. The
3,
ankles are more difficult,
2,
but also
1.
I want to make sure that
Monster
we're getting
walk.
the external rotation from the hips, and that's the importance of the knees. Or if you want to go really crazy, you can do your ankles and your knees and see how that changes. That can be pretty rough.
That's halfway.
Very good. Again, remember tight core compression. We're still kind of holding in a fart. Sorry, that's about as good as we can get for how
3,
we contract
2,
on this one.
1. Transition to VMO left.
Okay, good. VMOs. Remember, you can sit in the chair or you can do this one standing. But our main focus here is straighten the knee as tight as you can. Okay?
3, 2, 1. VMO left.
Okay, also, as we do the VMO, if your knee cannot lock or not straighten because there's joint issues, arthritis, anything like that, just sit forward on your chair, leave your legs straight, and then just start kind of pumping your kneecap.
That's
Not straighten
halfway.
your knee, but just get what you can out of it. You still want to make sure that muscle tissue is firing as much as possible. For instances like Carol's, you go under the knife and get a whole new knee. You want the muscles prepped and ready to go through
3,
that change.
2, 1. Transition to VMO right.
Good. VMO other side. Make sure we get a good tight squeeze. Flex the
3,
frame. Push
2,
that heel away.
1.
That's a big
VMO
part.
right.
Right? Pushing the heel away by extending your knee.
Yes, yep.
Very good, ladies. Doing your best all the way through.
That's halfway.
Again, if you happen to do this standing, we're not trying to kick our legs to get this, right? The focus is straightening the knee and just raising and getting the most you can out of that raise. It doesn't have to go
3,
hard, as long as
2,
you feel it in your quad.
1. Transition to hamstring curl.
Good. Last one this first round. Good hamstring curls. So all that means is you're trying to
3,
get your heels to
2,
go towards your butt.
1. Hamstring.
So if you happen to be on the floor, you're just trying to bend your knees in a bridge position, right? Pull the heels towards your butt. If you were sitting on a chair just like Jenny, you're trying to bust the foam roller, break whatever your heels are pulling into. Make sure you really get a tight squeeze in the back.
That's halfway.
The back of the leg is getting a really good tight squeeze. Right? Bend those knees, bend those knees. drive those heels hard, hard, hard. Good, Marsha. I like it. Pull yourself right out to seat. Squeeze. Nice and
3, 2, 1. Long rest.
awesome. Go ahead and grab a drink. Remember, the remaining rounds, if you want to try to increase your repetitions or your resistance, go ahead and do that, right? Get whatever you need as far as this work. Well, after this, I'm going to run and check Micah's blood again, and then today we've got a chest x-ray. Follow up with his cardiologist, local cardiologist tomorrow, so we'll get some imaging of where he's at. You know, that was one of the nice things maybe at the hospital, is they took images like every 12 hours.
Really?
So you could tell what his lungs were doing,
3,
if there was any
2,
inflammation, what
1.
so
Get ready to squat.
it'll be good to get an image and just kind of see where he's at.
Three,
Here we go.
2, 1. Squat.
Nice. We like that.
That's halfway.
Or Nick. Yeah. Actually,
3,
Nick does an
2,
incredible job over at
1.
too. He makes sure
Transition
to get
to
out of
single
there.
leg step down.
It's pretty awesome. Carol said kudos to the gym because one of her friends is working with Nick, and she's like, "Look, I can sit down and stand right up."
3, 2, 1. Single leg step down.
Okay, here we go. Good single leg work. Remember, pick any one of these movements. Also, a lunge is an option. Again, with your lunge, we're thinking like an elevator, right? I want one heel back, or 1 foot back, 1 foot forward. I stay right in the middle, and go straight down.
That's halfway.
Right? I think drop this knee like down, and I can just do a small movement. It might load that back leg a little bit more. That back leg might be weaker. That's okay. Remember too, you can hold on to something. Help pull yourself
3,
back up
2,
into that standing
1.
position.
Switch sides.
Other side.
3, 2,
There you go,
1.
ladies.
Single leg step down.
Again, no matter what exercise we're doing, we're pinching the butt cheeks, right? So every time we finish in a tall position, you should be crushing that penny between the cheeks, nice and tight.
That's halfway.
Awesome. Compress. Do your absolute best through the movement, okay? Your best. Good,
3,
good.
2, 1. Transition to good morning.
Awesome.
Three, 2, 1. Good morning.
Remember, good mornings. Push your butt backwards. Reach for the wall behind you. Make sure that you get a good squeeze up nice and tall. Right? That's kind of the whole point. The butt drives backwards, and as it drives backwards,
That's
you get
halfway.
to that low point where the stretch starts. From that stretch, that's where you squeeze to stand up, right? You contract that muscle, come all the way up, right? We never want to finish a good morning right here, right? We want to drive the hips all the way
3,
through.
2, 1. Transition to monster walk.
Wonderful. Okay, monster walks. Remember, if your knees naturally cave in or move inward, put a band at your knee so you can fight
3,
that
2,
out to the
1.
sides.
Monster walk.
Good work.
That's halfway.
Good. Nice. Tight squeeze. Firm core compression still. Right? If you need to in this position, you can even use those hands.
3,
right?
2,
Squeezing into the core.
1. Transition to VM left.
And that might be the one crazy enough to do.
Yeah, that probably.
Whatever. Could do it. Go through the thought process of doing it.
3,
All right, good VMOs.
2, 1. VM left.
And remember, straight knee, really lock that quad in place. Remember, once it's tight, you can also change the position of your foot just a little bit. But it's not just pointing your toes, it's actually rolling your whole leg. Right? So you want your knee even to rotate out.
That's halfway.
Making sure good tight squeeze. Tight squeeze, tight squeeze.
3,
Press nice
2,
and firm.
1. Transition to VM right.
Good. Okay, other leg.
3, 2,
Straight knee.
1. VM right.
Squeeze tight. Flex the toes up. Push that heel away. Straighten the knee firm. Roll the knee into different positions. Feel how that changes. Very good.
That's halfway.
Then re-squeeze the core, re-squeeze those shoulders. If you're sitting tall, right? Strings pulling you up to the ceiling. It's good extension. Your
3,
abs
2,
best.
1. Transition to hamstring curl.
Okay, here we go. Hamstring curls. Remember, pull those heels as hard as you can. Bending the knee. Try to bend the knee as hard as you can.
3, 2, 1. Hamstring.
Good compression. Tight squeeze. Firm, firm, firm.
That's halfway.
Very good. Almost there. Pull hard. Bend those knees. More. Squeeze tight. Get the backs of those legs really engaged. Pull hard into that foam roller.
3, 2, 1. Long rest.
Awesome. That's it. Another long rest. Grab a water break. Remember, we're halfway through. If you got any questions, let me know. Try to help you out through it. Here we go. Gail. We're going to be traveling next couple of days, doing sessions, but at different times. That's no problem. Gail, that's why we have it this way.
3,
Access
2,
anytime.
1. Get ready to squat.
Okay, here we go. Good squats. As we go through the squat, you're ripping the floor apart. So
3,
even before you
2,
start ripping
1.
the floor apart.
Squat.
Rip, all the way down, ripping apart, all the way up. Trying to keep that pressure going out or sliding your feet out. Sometimes I've seen in this, we end up like rolling the feet a little bit or getting on the edge of our feet. I want you to think, press your big toe into the floor as you rip.
That's
Nice
halfway.
and flat. Drive out. Good. Squeeze through the core. Stay tall and tight. Shoulders down and back as much as you possibly can. Firm compression.
3, 2,
Very good.
1. Transition to single leg step down.
Okay. Remember with your single leg, RDL, lunges, or single leg step downs.
3, 2, 1. Single leg step down.
It's perfectly fine to have something to check your stability, to make sure you're stable. If your brain's constantly thinking about the fall risk, it's going to be really difficult to build muscle tissue, right? So that might mean maybe you need to work on balance, and that's okay. Or
That's halfway.
maybe we hold on to something and just really focus on building strength and getting a nice tight contraction out of the muscle tissue that we're supposed to be using. Okay, squeeze firm. Again, butt, belly, bra strap. Squeeze hard, hard, hard.
3, 2,
Awesome.
1. Switch sides.
Very good, ladies. I'm loving it, Marsha. Which means I know you are. Of course you are.
3, 2, 1. Single leg step down.
Okay, here we go. Again, if you are doing the single leg step down or kind of like a single leg squat, make sure you're pushing your butt back like you're sitting into a chair. Think about even that idea. I'm in a chair and I want to stand up with just one leg.
That's halfway.
That's the thought process. More nice and tight, stay tall, squeeze firm.
Three, 2, 1. Transition to good morning.
Awesome. Here we go. Good mornings. Your straight legs as much as possible. Push your butt as far back as you can.
3, 2, 1. Good morning.
And we call this a hip hinge because we're hinging like a door. Right? Two straight pieces, just one point that creates the hinge. Okay, and that's the hips. Like a rod just went right through your hips, and that rod is what's going back.
That's halfway.
Very good. And again, shoulders back, and keep that chin tucked so we don't let the head fall to the floor.
3,
Good.
2, 1. Transition to monster walk.
Awesome. Okay, get ready for the monster walks.
Three, 2, 1. Monster walk.
Go good monster walks. Remember knees for the band or at your feet. Or you could go really crazy and put it at both knees and feet. That would be really rough.
That's halfway.
Good, good, good. Just tight core compression as we go through those movements. Very good, ladies. Doing your absolute best. Rest nice and tight.
2,
Almost done.
1. Transition to VMO left.
Awesome. VMOs. Good squeeze through that knee.
3, 2, 1. VMO left.
Okay, remember, get a nice good lock in the knee, straight. Move the foot left, right, change position of the knee, squeeze firm, firm, firm.
That's halfway. Three, 2,
Good,
1.
ladies.
Transition to VMO right.
Awesome. Okay, other leg.
3, 2, 1. VMO right.
let me know if that doesn't work, and we'll get you rescheduled. I'm glad you found your phone.
That's halfway.
I did, yeah.
Right, very good, ladies.
I have to talk to her.
Things are picking up steam around here. 9:40 is a transition time for appointments, so got a lot of crisscross going on right now.
3,
All right, here
2,
we go.
1. Transition to hamstring curl.
Good.
Three, 2, 1. Hamstring.
Good core compression. Still squeeze those heels into the foam roller. Again, think bend the knees, hard, hard, hard. Okay, you should get a nice tight squeeze on the back of those legs all the way through. Again,
That's
if you're in a chair,
halfway.
sit nice and tall, still trying to keep your shoulders back. Think about that string pulling you up tall. Very good.
3, 2,
Awesome.
1. Long rest.
Okay. Long rest. Go ahead and get a drink, and then we will get going on round 4. Remember, do the rounds according to what your body needs. And if it's you're tired and you don't feel like going on, tough, go ahead and do round 4. If your body's in acute pain and you need to nurse that with some self-myofascial release, that's when we move on. Okay? So have a good drink, enjoy your rest, and then we'll get going on round 4.
Three, 2, 1. Get ready to squat. Three, 2, 1. Squat. That's halfway.
Good, ladies. Nice, tight squeeze. Remember to rip the floor apart. Make those butt cheeks work. It's what we want. Tight squeeze.
3,
We're almost there.
2,
You're right on.
1. Transition to single leg step down.
There we go. Now we transition. Single leg down.
3, 2, 1. Single leg step down.
I did some lunges and I did the step out on that.
Yep. So now just maybe some balance time. Get some more.
That's
Hang in there.
halfway.
I love it, Carol. Very good, ladies. You're doing your absolute best. Press that core, get those shoulders, squeeze those butt cheeks. Nice and tight.
3, 2,
Very
1.
good.
Switch sides.
Awesome. Okay, other side or other leg, switch. Make sure that we get even work done. That's what we want.
3, 2, 1. Single leg step down.
Okay, here we go. Good single leg step downs. Again, remember, drive your hips back if you're doing even the single leg work or the RDLs. Want the butt traveling backwards. That hinge is really important to our daily movement.
That's halfway.
Still try to compress that core really firm. Okay, tight squeeze through there, going through that movement. We're doing your best.
3, 2,
Very good.
1. Transition to good morning.
Good. Good mornings.
3, 2, 1. Good morning.
Here we go. Good mornings, and travel backwards. Okay? Try to keep your knees as straight as you can. That's where you're going to really feel the hamstrings get tight as you move through this. Okay, that's what we want. Good tight hamstrings.
That's halfway.
Squeeze up out of that position. Okay. Very good, ladies. And do your absolute best all the way through. Good, good, good.
3, 2,
Awesome.
1. Transition to monster walk.
Okay, monster walks. Pick a placement for that band where you feel a challenge.
3,
And
2,
squeeze through the butt
1.
cheeks, nice and
Monster
tight.
walk.
Very good. Tight, tight, tight. Awesome work.
That's halfway.
Good, ladies. Good, good, good. Do your absolute best through the movement. Again, remember, press your core, squeeze your butt cheeks tight,
3,
tight, tight.
2, 1.
Awesome.
Transition to VMO.
Okay, VMOs. We're almost there, ladies. 3 more.
Three, 2, 1. VMO left.
Nice straight knee, squeeze really tight. Push that heel away. Drive the toes up. Squeeze firm, 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 all the way through. Very good.
That's
Your
halfway.
best through the movement. So, good work, ladies. Again, compress that core, tighten the knee, right? It's about getting it locked
3,
in place.
2,
That quadricep
1.
firing.
Transition to VMO right.
Good squeeze. Firm, firm, firm.
3, 2, 1. VMO right.
Well, I wonder why you got booted out, Chris. That doesn't make much sense. Electronics can be a problem maker sometimes. Oh,
That's halfway.
user error.
Carol often says to me, it's an operator error.
I had someone tell me the other day. They go, I think it's some sort of issue either
3,
between the
2,
screen and the chair.
1. Transition to hamstring curl.
Good, ladies. Here we go. Last one of the day. Do your absolute best through the exercise,
3,
okay?
2,
Tight squeeze,
1.
bend those knees
Hamstring.
nice and hard all the way through, okay? Drive, drive, drive. Bend those knees. Firm, firm, firm. Again, the other things that we have, shoulder blades down and back, core compressed. Tight, tight, tight.
That's halfway.
Yes, yeah.
Good, good, good. Good day. Rest, tight, tight, tight. Pull those heels, pull those heels. We're almost
3,
done.
2, 1. Long rest.
That is fantastic sauce. Okay, so Peggy, let me go ahead and make sure I get that taken care of right now. So that way it's done. Good. And the rest I think we leave on there. Ladies, especially be in prayer for Carol, and then we'll hit that again in the morning. Carol, do you know what time you go in for surgery? Just curious if you'll be there before we start class or during class. We'll give you extra prayers during that time. But we will be praying for you no matter what, Carol. You guys are very welcome. Appreciate you being in class. We will, again, do core work tomorrow. So make sure you come in ready to go for that. Always a fantastic day when we get core work done. Remember, do your SMR. Do not negate it, okay? Don't think I'm good today. It is a part of what we're trying to do here, right? Strengthen weak muscles and loosen tight muscles. That's the only way we restore balance. So if you have no pain issues that are going on right now, that's fine. Do the work that I have on the screen today anyway, just to see if maybe something shows up and we can be preventative. If you do have an issue, maybe something happened yesterday or this morning, it got tweaked, and it's not today's video, that's fine. Go back to the dashboard and pick a video that works for you. I will see you ladies tomorrow. Have an absolutely wonderful day. As always, I am here to help you move well so you live well. We'll see you later.
The calf is predominantly made up of two different muscles, the soleus, which lies deep to the gastrocnemius. As you can see here, both muscles connect to the Achilles tendon that pulls on the back of the heel. The gastrocnemius also has two different heads that pass the knee joint to the back of the femur. The gastrocnemius and soleus both work to create plantar flexion, whereas the gastrocnemius also assists with knee flexion. Start sitting on the floor using a foam roller. Begin by placing your calves on the foam roller. Using the weight of your legs, flex and point the foot to create a better release. As you work up the calf, roll the knee outward and inward to get more of the lateral and medial gastrocnemius heads. Continue to work through that tissue for 7 to 10 repetitions on each part of the calf that is tender. Next, use the massage stick. To make sure the calf is loose, use a step stool to lift the foot and allow the muscle to relax. Start near the bottom of the soleus and pull towards the top of the gastrocnemius. When you find a tender spot or a knot, stop the massage stick where it is and create pressure into that spot, creating a jostling motion without rolling the massage stick up and down. Make sure you breathe and relax the muscle tissue. Continue this same process all throughout the soleus and gastrocnemius, even the side of the lower leg, until you feel you've gotten all of the tender spots. Be sure to use firm pressure as you roll the tissue. The muscles running most deep to the soleus are the Tibialis posterior and the Flexor Digitorum longus. The Tibialis posterior is responsible for inversion of the foot. The Flexor Digitorum longus runs all the way to the tip of the toes, creating flexion of the four toes and assists with plantar flexion of the ankle. From those illustrations, you can see how the muscles in the lower leg control the toes. To work the Tibialis posterior and the Flexor Digitorum longus, we are going to need a lacrosse ball and a chair. With your leg on a hard chair and the foot over the edge, place a lacrosse ball in between the gastrocnemius muscles and press down into the tissue. Work the medial and lateral portions the same way you work the tissue of the tibialis posterior. Press into the ball and pull your foot up while you breathe in. After a full contraction up, drop the foot and relax your breath. Work your way to the medial portions, continuing to breathe during the contract and relax sequence or 7 to 10 repetitions. Then move out to the lateral portions for 7 to 10 repetitions.